Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to show you a video where I've just been getting comments about how to make my DIY light show trees. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now I'm not going to show you the particular setup I did. I'm going to make my new setup because this one right here is not the best setup for this. So this is going to be my brand new setup here. It is still can consist of 3 trees, but I'll show you exactly what all this is. So let's go and start with the large tree. So up here, this is the part list. I didn't put the pipe down because I don't know exactly how much feet of pipe I need. You're gonna just have to look at this chart and then calculate it because I haven't made these trees yet. So you're gonna need at least 21 tees. That'll be 7 for each tree. 9 of these elbows. That'll be 3 for each tree. 21 of these cross elbow tees, whatever you want to call them. It's like a T, but then it has another piece of pipe like this. So it's like a 90 and a T. So you're gonna need at least 3 of them. Flexible conduit, I don't know how much. You're gonna have to look at it. Once you build it, calculate it, wrap it around. You can use conduit or flexible PVC. I prefer conduit because then you can store it up easily. Or you can even use PEX, whichever one you want to do. And then 3 T's, 1 for each tree. So up here, what you're going to start with is this part right here. You're going to put that right here. You're going to have an elbow coming out of each T with no spacing. So which means that whichever one you decide to go with, my measurement might be different from yours, but you don't want to see this. You want that just to be right against the T, or in this case, the cross elbow. This is what this is how you want it to look. So you're gonna have to measure that and then cut the pipe, and then do the same thing for all 3. So then you got your elbows. Now from the elbow going down to the T is gonna be 18 inches on each side. So 18 inches all here. Now, and then you're gonna wrap the flexible conduit until you make a circle. Don't make it like a partial circle. You want to make a circle around the tree base, and then you're gonna take a T, and you're gonna put it here, here, here. It'll move around, but then you kind of want to make a cross out of it. So here you want to put this part. So right here, you want to put it directly in the center and then measure equally 2 pipes. And then you get the measurement on this pipe. So I haven't built this set yet. That's why I can't really tell you what the diameter is, because this diameter is actually the wrong diameter and my trees do not stay up. So I don't want that to have the problem for you guys. So you're just going to go ahead and measure that out. Now, this is a little bit, here, let me just show you. So that's a large tree, at least the base. So fairly simple base. Now, the pole is 67 inches. You can spray paint this. I am going to re-spray paint it because you can see I'm going to sand all that off and then reapply spray paint, because it came right off and I put a little bit too much and didn't do it properly. So you could spray paint this, you can keep it white or whatever you want to do. So 67 inches for the pole. Now you can also use garland around the pole to kind of make it look nicer. You can see that's what I did here. Now, as far as a small tree, you're going to do the same thing up here. So you're going to get one of these cross tees and 3 elbows, and do the exact same thing you did with this. This also goes for the medium tree, so do this 2 times. Do the same manifold up here, and then, but this measurement is just a little bit smaller. So you have an 18-inch here, you have an 11.5 inch here. This will be 11 and a half inches right here for all 3. And then you take conduit, wrap it around, make a full circle, take the cross T, put it in the direct center, and then measure out your 2 pipes. And then do the same thing for the medium tree. The only difference between the small tree and the medium tree is that the pole for the small tree is 37.5 inches. The medium tree is 50.5 inches. So that is 12 inches more. Maybe 13 inches more. But the small tree is supposed to be around 4 foot. The medium tree is supposed to be around 5 foot. And then to store this, you can put couplers wherever it's easiest to couple it, put it away. So you would just take a coupler, cut the pipe, put a coupler, and then you can take apart the sections easily. You can do the same thing for this large tree. Put it actually maybe in 3 sections if you really wanted to, but I just put one directly in the center where this just comes apart in 2 pieces. Now, I can't really show you this because you have to get the measurement for this. Now, as far as where the light show goes, if you prefer to put it on the bottom of the large tree, you're gonna have a piece of pipe that goes like this, and you're gonna actually put in a screw into the T. So you're gonna have another piece of pipe going like this to where this will stay level, and then you're gonna put this screw into here. Now you can make your own box like this. You can get a container and you could put it here, just whatever can support your light show box, if you're choosing on putting your light show box underneath the large tree. Now, as far as lighting will go, you need first off a controller for your setup. Now, if you're planning on just using these trees as just an all-on, you don't want any type of shows, you just want to use it all-on, you just take regular Christmas lights, wrap it around, or put it up and over the large tree 12 times. So go up, over, and then back through, and make it to where there's at least 12 strings, which means you're going to need at least 6 strands of lights. For the small tree, make it to where the lights go up and down 6 times, so you need maybe 3 strands. 3 or 4, 2 to 3 strands of lights. That is if you just want them on, you don't really want a light show. But this tree is meant to be with a light show, but you don't need it if you don't want it. So let's talk about controllers. You can see here's my Jimmy Holiday light show in the back. Now, as you can see, that you can do a couple different light shows. I would recommend going with a Jimmy, nothing else. Well, you can also do a lightorama. I just wouldn't use anything like a Mr. Christmas or something, because it didn't turn out as good when I had that set up. Like, it just the pattern wasn't there. So I would definitely go with this, which is a Jimmy Holiday light show, or a Jimmy Orchestra of Lights, whichever one you can really get a hold of. If you want something brand new, and we can also talk about other light shows that can get coupled with this tree. So if you have this box and you want to add more lights, I would recommend putting this and just running extension cords to your tree. Now, on the bottom here, if you do have a link port, then maybe make this the main box and then run the link port to either your light show trees, or put this underneath your light show trees and then run the link port to the other box if you do have it. You'll know what I'm talking about if you go on eBay and look. They do have them on eBay. And then the speaker you could just put anywhere you want to in the yard. So that's not changing. And then just hook up the lights in the order. Now, the trees also meant to have channels. So this bottom spot here is channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the main box. The smaller box has channels, or the side box, if you do have that with the link port, would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the main controller. I would definitely go with this. If you can't get a hold of this, or you don't really want to go get something that's either used or anything on eBay, then get a Jimmy Orchestra lights when Lowe's starts to put them out, if they do put them out this year. If not, then you have to go on Amazon or eBay, but those are brand new on eBay for really cheap. And with those, you can also do wireless light shows, so you can put maybe one of them underneath the trees that just controls the trees, and then you can put one of them somewhere else and you can control more. So that one you could do multiple light show boxes around your yard, but you're very limited on that box, I believe, compared to this. You can run up to 8 amps on this box, so depending on what light you use, you have to calculate to be 8 amps. In this case, I can run lights out of these no problem. So a large tree, I'm sorry, here. What I would do this year, if you go after Christmas shopping and you have extension cords, if they have extension cords, get as many extension cords as you can. Because if you're planning on using multiple lights with this light show box, you're gonna need to run at least 6 extension cords from this box, wherever you put it, to your trees. So you're going to need to run a lot of extension cords, at least 1 per channel. And if you want to run more lights, run this to trees first. Put T at the trees. Run more extension cords from that to go to your other lights. It's like you would run an extension cord that has either a T built on it, or you buy just at least 6 of them to run off of the show box. And I would also recommend using LED lights. Normally I'm fully against them, and I do have a whole bunch of Christmas lights that are incandescent there, which I definitely will be using. But I did get a whole bunch of LED lights to run the light show, just so I can have the flexibility of running just a lot more lights. So you're just gonna need a lot of lights. Here's what I'm doing in here. So this is for my large tree, right here. Which will pull all these lights out. You can just pull all these lights out real quick. Now, as far as these smaller trees go, I'll explain what all this is in a minute. Now, this is all homeowner friendly, but you can get fancier containers for your smaller trees. So here's what I have. I have 6 of these strands here. I also have this, which is basically this same wire going into this box. Now, inside this box is nothing but just wires. Those wire nuts is because I accidentally cut the wire. You don't need to worry about them. You don't need them. So this is what I did, is over here on, let's just go with one of the strands. This right here was a jumper this one right here ran to the first 50 of my 100 count sets. This ran to the first 50, and it came all the way back to this, which over here, that wire got pulled out. Let's look at another one. You can see that's where it also ran, the first 50 of the set. So I would just take the whole thing out, because that's a waste of lights on the floor, and you can use it for other lights. Like you can replace bulbs on your trees. So you would first find the first 50, grab the first bulb coming either here or at the power supply, and then cut it. Don't cut the socket off. Cut this, and now just start unraveling the lights. You can untwist the wire, just get the lights out, and then cut it at the end over here. And I would electrical tape all this. I don't have it right now, but I would electrical tape them all, and do that for all 6 strands on this tree. And then when you're running the lights up, you would, I'm going to show you this here. Your wheel have extra, you can't cut that off. You would just place that underneath the tree, but I can't show you. But you would find the middle of the lighting section, wherever it would reach. So you would run it up the tree and run the lights back down wherever it will reach. So I did roughly the middle. I ran it up, back down, and then any extra wire that was on the end of it, I bundled back up because I didn't need it. I would do it, and then that would be the same for the medium tree. So you would actually do that twice, for 2 trees. Now, as far as this box here, you can use an electrical box, but you would have to be able to get this to fit. So that's why I didn't go with that. I went with a regular kitchen container, and you can use duct tape. I'd rather use duct tape for this. But I ran the wires out the back right here, and then I ran the individual circuits right here. So this is actually, I made it not as confusing for me, but I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then just run that around the tree. You can do, but the way I did it is the way the older light shows were set up, like the color changing one. It was 6, 3, 2, 1, 4, 5. But just run it to where it won't be confusing for you. I would, to make it not as confusing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then over here, when you're doing a strand, make sure you label where it goes. So like, for example, this is the number 3, the channel. This is number 6, number 4, number 5, and just label the strands on the channel over here, because it would be really important so that way you don't lose your light show count. Now, or your light show coordinates. Here's another type of method you can use. You can use these regular lights, but if you stay tuned for the end of the year, for either this year or I might have to do it next year and maybe use the same light show this year. I'm not sure what I'm doing. Right there, you can use the C7 sockets right here, and then use these plugs here along with lamp cord to make your trees. I'll make a separate video at the end of the year because I don't have enough parts to do it right now. But I can't make that right now, so that's fine. Now we're gonna hook this up and I can show you this. I have to get another wire here or another light here because the other one broke, or the number 2 broke. Right here, we can hook them up real quick and give a quick demonstration on why I like it. So this one would be the number 5. This is the number 2 controller, the 2. And this is actually the one that broke right here. It was when I was removing the lights. So it just broke off. Which I gotta get this off right here. Here, let me put the camera down. Right, there we go. So this is the one that broke. So, because I wasn't planning on using this setup this year. Here's the number 3. This is the number 1. Now this is my number 4. And then this one, I'm just gonna make the number 2. Just for this demonstration, I just have to go find a light when I go to set this up this year if I use this setup. And then we can plug it in. In this case, the speaker plugs in right down here. Careful not to pinch the cord. So in that case, I'm gonna do that and then just lean it backwards a little bit. And then take an extension cord, which is over here. And we're just gonna take that, put it over there, plug it in, and you're gonna see why I like this show. Sorry if this is a long video, but I had to go in detail on this particular setup. And then plug in your show, turn it on. So you can choose to have just the all on. And also you can customize your colors. So yes, I would definitely customize your colors however you want. So you can make them all white, do half red, half white like this, but make sure they're alternating if you're doing that. I'm gonna go with red, green, blue, white, red, green for next year. So that means that there'll be 1 blue, 1 white, and then 2 reds and 2 greens for that. I might go with that next year, or might use this particular setup so because I have to figure out what I'm doing next year. But what I'm gonna do, this is a song. This song is one of the reasons why I like it. So either way, that's why I like this box. Is because it's really well coordinated. So either way, I've basically said, you know, just a whole bunch of tips, and hopefully this helps you with your DIY light show, especially if you had a problem with the lighting, if you had problems just making the support or the poles. This video covers it all. Oh, and the skirts, look up some waterproof skirts, because this right here will not cut it. It just doesn't hold up too well. But look up some waterproof skirts that you would use for outdoor Christmas trees, and I would just go with that. But I would use white or green, whichever color you want your tree. That's my preferred, is white or green, and depending on the color that you want, whether white or green, go with white or green lights. In this case, I chose green. So there we go, that's it. Thank you for watching. This is everything that you do need to know for making your trees, and have a great day. Oh, and I forgot to mention that this video was requested by Red Yoshi. He wanted to make some of his light show trees, and I've gotten other comments, so that's it.